Hi good people, what's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Today I want to put up top 10 list once again. There are going to be 10 fragrances plus some bonus for sporty affairs, okay? And this list, let me tell you what this is gonna look like. These are gonna be sporty, at the same time the sport name have to be attached to the fragrance. Basically these are gonna be flankers which are sport flankers, okay, sporty flankers. There are a lot of other fragrances that are sporty but do not have the name like a sports attached to it, okay? So I did not include them. And then this is gonna be some of my favorite picks from my list, and also thanks to Dr. Jafree, he's my good friend. He lent me half of this list belonged to him, so big thank you, Doc, for your courtesy. And I'm not including some of the fragrances, big ones. You'll be very disappointed, but let me tell you why. And very last thing is that fragrance choices are very personal and subjective. Do not think these are any absolute or anything. I just put them according to my liking, nothing to do with price point, brand, or like how popular they are. These are just based on the smell. So these are basically 10 sports flankers. I don't have a lot of other fragrances like CH-Man Sport. I don't own it. I don't own many other sport flankers, like Armani Coat Sport. That will be a great one, but let me show you the ones that I have today, okay? So honorable mention number 1. This fragrance missed out the list because I preferred the other 10 more. This is a good fragrance still. This is Azzaro Chrome Sport, okay? This fragrance I think is still available. This is really nice frosted glass, refreshing, similar to Versace Menu Fresh. I think Menu Fresh lasts a little bit longer, but this is not really bad at all for the price. Definitely check it out. Good fragrance for sporty affairs. Azzaro Chrome Sport. So next 3 I'm gonna show you, or 4 rather. You're gonna be very shocked, okay? At least 2 of them you'll be very shocked, but I'll tell you the reason. First one is YSL L'Homme Sport. This bottle belongs to Doc Jafree bhai, but I did not include it because this is already discontinued. And the fragrance for a sporty fragrance is nice, it's fresh, it has the L'Homme DNA, but it has some citruses, easygoing musky fragrance, but it doesn't have that punch quite for sportiness. I think this is gonna be good for daytime dates, okay, if you can find it, but price is gonna soar. Not really my absolute favorite, okay, but YSL L'Homme Sport, definitely check it out. It's a good fragrance. Next one I think is the biggest shock. People will be like, I'm not gonna watch this video. I understand for a disappointment, but let me tell you why. Chanel Allure Sport Eau Extreme did not make the list. This is the EDP version. The reason being, this fragrance, despite having the name sport in it, I think this is way high class, way higher class than sporty affairs. This doesn't smell like a sporty fragrance. It's fresh, but at the same time it has tonka, it has a lot of musk, like really like the smell. It's like aldehydes and stuff, but this fragrance is really creamy, sweet, and really fits the bill of romantic setup, okay? So this is way above these fragrances. So definitely it still is a god, but it's not a sporty fragrance. So I'm not including Allure Sport or Extreme for today. So next 2 are the same fragrances but discontinued, hard to find. These are older version of one Dior fragrance. So these are gonna be Dior Sport, the older formulation, 2017 and 2012 if I'm not mistaken. Let me confirm, I reviewed them all. One is 2008, yes, other one is 2017, and I think there is 2012, sorry, yeah. So I'm showing you 2008 and 2012. These are the 2. I think this is the oldest. I'm wearing this after shower, late night shower. Fantastic. If this was available today, these are very hard to find. These are very expensive as well, and even the formulation after that, like this sport flankers, these are a bit hard to find. So I'm not including the older versions because they're hard to find, discontinued. So both are really nice. I really like Dior Sport older versions, but the newer version is in the list, so didn't miss by much, okay? So let's start the main list, okay? I'm gonna go from 10 all the way to 1, preferably by smell. Number 10, I'm gonna go with Chippy. This is Encre Noire Sport by Lalique. If you haven't seen this fragrance, you're missing out on something great. Beautiful green juice. My bottle is almost near to emptying, but this is really nice vetiver with a lot of grapefruit. And for a rainy day, this is really amazing fragrance. I would highly recommend you check out my review, or any other review that is. Check out Fragrantica reviews. Great fragrance for the price. Encre Noire Sport number 10. Number 9, one of my favorites, Joop Sport. This is actually sporty because of the mint in this. This is very sweet still. This is like a flanker to Joop or Joop, however you say it, the pink juice. But this is transparent, has the green, transparent, and pink. So this fragrance is very strong. If you want the best performing a sport fragrance, I think in this list this is the longest lasting. Okay, this one can beat the 9 others any day. Okay, and it's not also very expensive, but sometimes it's a bit hard to find in Bangladesh. So this one has the sweetness, really nice sweetness. At the same time, it has a beautiful mint. It's kind of like a frozen mint. Definitely check it out if you like sweet, fresh, minty fragrances. This is definitely it. You can also wear this in winter because this one has that punch, right? Number 9, Homme Sport. I'll write down the names. Number 8, one of my recent bottles. I had a small mini, but now I have this. This is Dissey Homme Sport, and this is one hell of a fragrance. I really love this perfume, that's why I got it. This fragrance is really sporty. Okay, this is really sporty. It's uplifting, it's fresh. Let's just spray some. Yeah, this one still has that yuzu, still has some mint, I think some lemon, but this one has some sharp metallic tones that makes it like strong over the time, you know, like the dry down, it's very, very sharp. So you can put it for like a longer period of sport. You can use any of this fragrance for sporty affairs. This one I would recommend to play squash, or let's say you're playing table tennis. Perfect for high heat situation. This is really, really good. And the fragrance is a little bit like a strong, so bear in mind, do not overspray like I did just now. For sporty affairs, definitely keep this in gym bag. Dissey Homme Sport, number 8. Number 7, it's one fragrance no one's gonna show you in this their sport lineup, but I did because this fragrance is great. This is Blast from the Past. This is Caron Homme Sport. That's how I call it. Caron Caron Sport. It's too long. Okay, just look at the juice color. This is really unique. This is very fresh. Okay, and the fragrance has that beautiful burst of energy. Okay, so I think check out my review on this. I mean, I reviewed it. I said a lot of good things about this one. I think there's one note, not rosemary, but I'm trying to remember the note. Hold on, today my day was again tiring. Let me remember the note. Yeah, sorry about that. That's lemongrass. Okay, so if you do enjoy lemongrass, this one has a very uplifting lemongrass, a lot of citruses, and it smells like a candy that you take, you know, when you want to like clear out your throat or something. Very refreshing burst, very long lasting, has some lavender to it, but still stays sporty. Caron Homme Sport, definitely one of my favorites. That's number 7. Okay, so number 6 is the biggest disappointment in this list. Even I'm disappointed in this fragrance. I had this, I sold it off. This is the latest version of Dior Homme Sport. Okay, do not bash me just yet. Let me tell you why this fragrance is not so great. The previous 2 versions, the very first version, if you see this greenish juice, if you see next to it, they're very different, right? The white Dior Homme style bottle. This fragrance was, if this was available today, this would be number 1 or 2. Okay, hands down. This is one of the best, beautiful lemon-based fragrances. So classy, so classy. But it's very hard to find. It's sort of like a unicorn. So this compared to this is actually very poor. Okay, I'll tell you why. Even the other version that I have, I think 2012, just now I forgot that track, is just the second formulation. Let's just call them second formulation. Second formulation was good, but I preferred the first one by far. So the last version they released, the tall bottle of 75 and 120 ml, I think this is the worst of this whole line. The bottle stays classy, really nice presentation too. It still has that atomizer, very beautiful red. But what's wrong with this perfume is that it does not smell anything interesting. I had it, I liked it, but it did not do wonders for me. I expected more from Dior. This release basically was what people are saying about Dior Homme new one. This is basically the worst of the whole line, which is why I still included it, because this is Dior. Quality is good. It has sandalwood, maybe some ginger, some green, maybe vetiver or something like that, but not as interesting as the first formulation, definitely. But still, Dior is Dior. So Dior Homme Sport, number 6. So let's check out my top 5. What are my top 5 most favorite sporty fragrances? Okay, I'm taking my time, so you guys, if you haven't watched any of these reviews, this will help you. Number 5, I'm going to start with the classic. Still can be had, is a new formulation. This is Polo Sport by Ralph Lauren. This fragrance, whatever I can say, it's not going to be enough. This is a blast from the past, 90s, 94 I guess. First time it was released, this smells so good. Oceanic, aquatic, green, lavender, sage, a lot of these green herbal properties. And it smells like aldehydic, you know, like fresh burst, you know, of water. If you want to play sport, definitely great fragrance. Okay, lasts like about 4 to 5 hours. You don't need more than that from a sporty fragrance. Okay, so definitely this is a classic, this is a gem. If you like ADG, if you do like cool waters, if you do like fragrance in that line, you definitely check out Polo Sport by Ralph Lauren, number 5. So number 4, thanks to Jafree bhai once again, that's his bottle. This is Low Medial Sport by Guerlain. The blue bottle, very beautiful bottles these are. They have a lot of in this line, a lot of these fragrances. I just recently re-reviewed this. Very beautiful fragrance, very beautiful, underrated fragrance. I just love smelling this. This one has that almond from the original one. It still has some freshness from the cologne, but this one lasts a bit longer than the cologne. That's what makes it special, and definitely one of my favorites. I might buy a bottle myself later. So Guerlain Low Medial Sport number 4. So now time for top 3. These are again special for me. Number 3, I'm gonna show you Prada Luna Rossa. This is Sport. I actually do have the caps somewhere, but you know, these caps are very annoying. I don't like them. These caps look like this one, like carbon. They follow the same sort of plastic cap. I think they look really ugly. So, and when you want to pick it up, sometimes they're so stuck or they come off so easily, so you might drop your bottle and break them. So what's great about this one, you know, this one I really love their ad campaign. Beautiful sailing on the sea, and then this weird looking dude, and it's kind of like warm. It has that sort of like Lamal Dreamer sort of feel, if you know those fragrances. It's kind of powdery, okay, but at the same time it smells fresh, okay. Yeah, it definitely smells amazing. It does have the Lamal DNA. It does have something of those properties, but also got that fresh soapy vibe. So I would recommend this is a hidden gem. If you haven't tried it, must try. This perhaps is one of the best from this line. I like Extreme, this one, Black, Carbon, all of them are great. Original one is even inoffensive. Prada Luna Rossa Sport, highly underrated. I don't know if it's discontinued, but definitely check it out, okay. Amazing little fragrance. Number 3. Number 2 and number 1, these two had hard battle for me, but I made up my mind which one I want as my number 1, and I'll show you in a bit. Number 2, Cartier. This is again Dr. Jeffree's bottle. I had this fragrance, I finished it off. I think I had some juice left. I gave it to someone or I sold it off, something like that. But this is like a amazing niche quality fragrance for me, okay. This one has the crushed mint, okay, and this is so realistic the way they made it. Even this bottle, it's a masterpiece, okay. This is the dial of a watch. They have the Roadster watch. I think that's what the dial of that watch, they bought this on the bottle. I absolutely love, look at this, how it opens. It opens like twist, okay, and it locks. So this one, that mint, if you do again love the mint, this is one of the best mints in the game, hands down. It's a lot more refreshing, easier to use than the main one. The Roadster original one is much more stronger than this, okay, but that one lasts about 8 hours. This one perhaps will give you 5 hours, but whatever time you get, amazing experience. Definitely check it out. Cartier Roadster Sport. And then that leads me to number 1. This is a fragrance I'm almost nearing to the end of the bottle. I perhaps will get a second one, but I may not. The reason being, I'll tell you. Number 1 is Chanel Allure Sport. The best creamy, fresh, I would say sporty fragrance that lasts. This one is the longest lasting in the line as well. So this fragrance no one talks about it anymore. When it was released, it was hugely hyped. In the community I saw every single reviewer like raving about it. Moment that Extreme came out, people are like, you know, then this one became the new trend. And then also I would say Edition Blanche take the cake from this one, and this one got like lost. Oh no. So I prefer this, okay. If you ask me from the Chanel line, this is their best so far. If I had that Allure Sport cologne version, I'll show you as that number 1 jointly with this. So this one, why I'm not going to buy a new bottle, because I have this one, Versace Purum. I have a 200 ml of this. This is very similar to this without the creaminess, okay, of this. So this one lasts like half the time of Allure Sport. This one will last the whole day. So if you really like sporty fragrances, let's say going out for a drive, you know, if you have gonna be just driving around, you're gonna go like for a picnic, you're gonna play some sport, this is gonna last all day on you. A little bit more pricey for Chanel, but definitely worth it. So number 1 is Chanel Allure Sport, one of the best sporty fragrances from House of Chanel, hands down. Thanks for watching. That's my list. I'm sorry, a bit long video, but I just want to give you in depth. All right, take care guys. I'll see you soon. Have a very nice day. Bye bye.